そうだ、味方だぜ。
and welcome everyone to D6, where I, Gerorge, bring together voice acting friends, abridging friends, and friends in general onto a D&D live stream show. There is only going to be one sponsor tonight, and that is currently the GoFundMe, which is going towards me. In case any of you don't know, I am currently in a moving crisis where the house got short-sailed and I have to be out of here by the end of the month. But instead of now being the end of the month, it will be much earlier. So if you guys want to go check out the GoFundMe, use !GFM. And if you want to help out, you're more than welcome to. So that being said, we're going to go ahead. Brought to you by the letter $. I know. I'm sorry, guys. So many stressful things. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Everybody, go ahead. Wake up. We're going into this. That's pretty much
Rise from your grave.
Rise from your grave.
Don't lick toilets.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Delicious Corona.
This is. You want to know what? No, fuck it. Second sponsor. Wash your goddamn hands. Brought to you by Gerorge. Hydration.
Stop. Brought to you by Google, who tells you to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, the toilet may be tasty, but just like fight the urge.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. No. Don't eat your toilet seat. That's.
Always remember, wash your hands. Brother Steve is watching.
So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do two quick announcements. The first announcement is that we are moving the date of the time we are off, not from the 29th to the 5th of April, but it will be the 22nd and the 29th of this month, and we will be back on the 5th of April. The reason why is because due to the coronavirus, the studio I was working at shut down for 2 weeks to make sure none of our clients had the coronavirus, and I put my 2 weeks in the day beforehand, so I have no work and I have no job and I have no obligations. So pretty much this will be my last week here in California, and then by the time you guys see me again, the background will be significantly different. The lighting might also be significantly different. Who knows? So that being said, the second announcement is that on the 5th, we are going to be actually having a guest who will be joining us for episode 34 of D6, and it is none other than the amazing Senile Snake, or Distortion Devil, aka Connor from the Unexpectables campaign, which
I know that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm super excited to have him. His character is going to be super awesome, and I look forward to everyone getting the chance to interact with him. So that's going to be something to look forward to on the 5th. He'll be joining us, and so yeah, there's that. Wash your hands or lose your hands. Good motto. All right, so I'm not gonna look at the chat anymore. I got stuff to do. All right, so as usual, around the table as we usually go. Boo, how you now?
Hey there, I'm doing pretty okay. I didn't really get a chance to stream last week since been experiencing a little bit of art block, but I should be able to do a lot more this week, especially with events canceled and whatnot. So you can find me over at Twitch TV/Boo Radley and Boo Radley pretty much everywhere else. And yeah, we'll figure out what to do then.
All right, good to know. Brake.
Hi, I am Braki, aka Brachyzoid. I play River the Halfling Fighter. I am fighting through a little bit of a feeling of sickness, so I will try to fight it off. No matter what, I'm gonna try to have fun. I play games and do some art at twitch.tv/Brachyzoid. I'm going to be working on some assets for a video this week, hopefully, once I get the freaking script done.
Hey.
For some more D&D experiences and stories of the sort. As for the art, if you have any art or any comments you want to share regarding the campaign, don't forget to use it on comment it on Twitter, or post it on Twitter rather, using hashtag D6DR. And tagging us with our Twitter handles, which you can see underneath our characters' names.
And your art will be showed at the beginning of the new month for D6, and I'll also be uploading the gallery from now on to the D6 channel.
Also, I don't know if I'm going to have even worse luck today because my nephew used my dice and it's all sticky.
Oh no!
I hate it.
Sticky dice, kids.
He's got the kid stick.
All right, Caitlin, how you now?
Hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Caitlin C37, where I do art and a lot of it. All of my information for commissions are on my Twitter, and if you want to see me do those commissions, go onto my Twitch.
Hey. Alrighty. Mal, how you now?
Hey there, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Sir_Malervik. And recently I started playing Dawn of War 2 with my friend Bloodmage. We do that on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30, around that time. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I've started playing the Yakuza franchise, starting with Yakuza 0, starting at the same time.
Okay, good to know. Zito, how you know?
Find me over twitch.tv/Zito. You can also find my shit on DM's Guild. If you just type Christopher Zito in there, it's not that hard. You really can find it anywhere if you just type my name in. You can also find me on Twitter at CZ Backlash. I don't really have a lot to go on with. After I was just kind of playing it by ear because of the good old pandemic that's going on. So, this week is kind of open now in those regards, so I'm going to attempt to do way more streaming than I have been in the past month, but beyond anything that's actually out that I have made, the Asinine Armory is done. Up next will be Imps.
Hooray. Alright.
You gotta whip out the boomstick.
I made cannons playable.
Fair enough. Alright, and last but not least, Terrence, how you now?
Hi.
Oh,
That
I
is
have
not
nothing to announce.
That is not the microphone. That's
Your
a-
microphone,
Yes.
bud.
With your mic.
nope.
Yeah.
You sound like you're in a submarine, bud.
Or you have a robot filter on.
Cursed to be Steve Harvey, and now he's a robot too. Oh no.
Robo Harvey.
Robo.
Robo Harvey.
I think
Robo Harvey's pretty strong.
It really is.
Oh no. He did note that there was nothing to announce.
Eh?
right?
So now, riddle me this.
Uh-huh.
Is it now like with Greckles, since it's a photorealistic bird, anytime there's a human being that gets frazzled, it's a photorealistic Steve Harvey?
Yes.
Oh yes, absolutely. No, when a human gets startled.
Human.
Human.
Yes.
Mm.
Because the prime human is Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
That is true.
All
there you are.
Hey,
Hey, there's the human.
Hello.
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 So you have so you all good?
I have nothing to announce.
All right. Well then, that being said, we are going to go ahead and find ourselves to tonight's episode of D6. So, where we had last left off. As our adventurers had made their way through the Forest Espiritu in Yimnin, found themselves within the Pool of Hawaii and entering within the Feywild. They had convened with the king of the Feywild, Oberon, and after being informed of the Archfey that held the Starbound Tome, which is one of the fragments of primeval, ancient pieces of magical items and technology that was made using the stars of the old goddess of magic, and in doing so convened with Ithorn, the Unseelie Lightningborn, who had been performing thunderous, if not lightning-like, experiments on various creatures and imbuing machines with magic and lightning. After a little bit of back and forth, and also trading a gun that was cursed with a soul inside of it, managed to retrieve the Starbound Tome and their safety, and had allowed them to leave back into the Everstorm of the Feywild, along with what looks like to be a warforged individual named Isaac, seems to have once been a Lumerian who had been traveling through the Feywild for an unknown amount of days. So, with that being said, what do you guys do?
Wow, that went better than I thought.
I'm reading the spoils of my victory.
Do you know how to, do you know the language of Primordial?
No, but I have comprehend language.
Okay. So, casting comprehend language, and this does allow you to read or speak.
Comprehend allows me, double check this, because I believe it actually allows me to read, too.
I don't think it allows him to speak. I think it allows him to understand if it's spoken to him as well as read.
Yep, any language that is written or that I see or that is spoken to me, I understand.
That you see. Okay. So, in beginning the process of attuning this item, as you're beginning to read the contents within it, they are almost alien-like, almost Enochian.
What the fuck is Whomstuff?
Yeah, Enochian by design. The author of this book, as it starts out, seems to be a rather normal individual who was studying all the planes and trying to commune with any creature or individual in those planes. So far, there is, yeah, it's not much information to start off with. As you begin to kind of go through the book, the translations begin to sway in a way as they become more and more encoded and take time to break down. But after about 30 minutes or so, you become attuned to this magical item. And we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you guys doing? You guys are standing
Well, we know
out
what we came for.
in the front of a Unseelie stronghold with what looks like to be mechanical scorpions scaling the walls and shocking what looks like to be bits of copper and metal and constructing it stronger and better.
We did establish we're reading this like once we are a safe distance away from that place.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
moving
Yeah.
forward.
Alright.
Yeah, we're not just gonna pop a squad on his porch and read it.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can't. I can.
You little.
You're
Archfey
riding on somebody's
Whisperer.
shoulders if you're reading.
Gar volunteers.
He's in Garu's backpack. It's like
You
a
can use the
baby
horns as a
now.
book holder.
He has a freaking baby Bjorn.
Oh god, I'm like a fucking. It's like a fucking baby backpack.
Yeah.
Conjure baby Bjorn.
Oh god.
Like,
Alright.
Like
So-
you said, we have. Like you said, we have what
Continue.
we came for. So now, where do we want to? What do we want to try to hunt down next? Because I assume we could use the pools to go to any of the other planes if we wanted to, or we can go back home and try to hunt the items there.
Well,
What about the time dilation?
Yeah, the thing is also we don't know how many we are gonna be able to get. Is it just leaving the wild, like the Feywild activate that time thing you said? Like, is it only leaving it,
It's only
just-
when you leave.
or leaving any other plane?
Do I know that at all?
So as the Feywild works, that if you leave it, it's dependent on the time that you've spent there.
Yes, but do I know if we leave a different plane, does that time dilation happen too?
It's
Do we know
as
that?
far as people have been able to record, it's only with the Feywild.
Okay. No,
That's as
it's-
far
it's
as you
just the
know.
Feywild.
So,
As far as
so
we're
as
aware.
far as we know, time is linear everywhere else, but in the Feywild is when it gets all screwy.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Maybe there's
very-
something in that book that can help us figure that out. What do you
There
think,
are, like-
Lionel? As he looks up.
There's little fucking. Listen, there are little eye glyphs floating around him, and his fucking mouth is agape. Ask me later.
Just static coming out.
It's alright. I've been thinking we could try to stop back by my place, and perhaps the guild would have a little bit more information on maybe somebody else who could help us, but otherwise it's just going to be luck, I think.
So we either gamble or hope that your friends know how to get back home.
Pretty much. It's the only thing I can think of.
Regardless of that, what are we going after too? Like, I guess we're gonna have to hope it doesn't pass that much time. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to get anything. If they were able to get that strong in just a span of a couple of months, at the same time as us losing time compared to them,
What choice do we have?
yeah.
We have
Maybe
to
we should go for the one
trucking.
that. We should go for the ones that are closer together. Yes.
Probably.
So, prime material plane.
Hey. And does anyone have that list, by the way? Because
Yeah, I do. I can throw that.
Hey guys, I just realized something. While we're
sitting here
talking about this, I have a spell attack of +9 and a save DC of 21.
Jesus Christ!
Ooh.
That's because of the book.
Wow.
I thought it was a +1.
It is just a +1.
How do I have
That's
a
how
DC?
powerful he is.
Well, how the fuck do I have a DC save of 21?
Well,
That's
it's 8 plus proficiency plus intelligence modifier +1.
So
That's what I didn't write this number, by the way. This is on Beyond D&D.
there might be something wrong with the doc then.
That-
It is only just a +1.
Yeah, so I should technically have a save DC of, let's see.
If you
No,
could-
just let it happen though. Shh.
No.
no, that
I'm sorry, this is kind of a really big discrepancy. This is kind of, I'm not level 20 material yet.
I think you should be sitting at a 17.
Yes,
Around?
I should. I should
Okay.
be sitting at 17.
keep that noted.
That's with the book. So I'll just keep that in mind going forward.
All right. I will try and fix the doc at a later date.
Yeah. Whenever
Okay.
you get to. I'm sorry, but I'm just like, why do I have a
No
save
worries.
DC of 21?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Don't ask questions. Just do.
But
Alright.
so, okay, let's go through the list again. Wild Flame, the Warhammer, is in a volcano on the north, but in the prime material plane, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, so material plane. The bow is in the Beastlands, another plane. The circlet is by Yuanti, so we're kind of fucked with that one. Not even gonna bother. The spellbook, we got it. And the monk warp, the monk wrapped mountain capital. I think that's in material plane. Okay.
Sounds like it, so we might be able to do
Oh
that.
yeah, Yarrow. By the way, can we have the actual world map too, just so we can like pinpoint where everything is?
Some of these
Not just
are on the
Helena.
map.
Yeah, some of it's
Yeah.
not on the map.
Yeah, but still.
The epicenter of Tiamat's demise. That was in the material plane too, right?
Yes, it is. It is on the mesa to the south.
The village of Yangis.
The village of Yangus is north of Orakani.
Oh, great.
So that's not too far away.
It's not horrible.
Which
At
one?
least from
Which ones
Aurario.
were the close? Which one was the ones that were close to each other?
That was
the,
Isos Haunted Mensine's Will. An
Yeah,
amulet.
they're
and
both in
pistol.
Stalingrad.
Mm-hmm.
Should we kill two birds with one stone and try for those then?
You can try.
What are they again? It's an amulet.
An amulet and a
And-
pistol.
An amulet
Oh.
and a pistol. Oh god!
No, we don't. No,
Did
we
someone
don't
say a
use-
pistol?
No, we don't use fucking guns here.
Speak
I
for your
do.
fucking self.
Are you going to Lionel, or are you just going to cast more spells?
We
can
need the help we can get, darling.
Maybe the gun can cast the spells. You don't know.
I
Okay.
cast.
I mean, technically,
cast
when I get to level
bullets.
3 and take a certain thing, he's not wrong.
Jesus Christ.
We're
We're using guns for unconventional reasons.
They're two of the things that are close together. We might as well need them.
What was the amulet again? What did he do?
Oh god damn it!
I don't think we actually know what these do.
We don't.
No.
We don't know what any
Yeah.
of these things do. We just know that they're there.
We know that we evidently need them to kill.
Mens- Mention's will grants advantage on greatswords. Oh well, fuck. No one uses greatswords. It's useless.
I also like. But I also am gonna sit here and go. I don't want to bogart people on equipment that I can use just because I can use it. So let's
yes.
go for stuff that we
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have.
Nah, dude, it's not just
Lionel
for
will
that.
be the nuclear
Look.
weapon of the party.
Oh, look, man.
I have all the equipment. I become the chosen one.
That is not, trust me. If we can weaponize one of our teammates, that's going to work. I don't mind. The problem
Yes,
here
but should
being-
it be the most fragile member?
Yeah. No. The thing here is that we don't know what we have, what we can, how many of these things we can get. Like we don't know our time limit, and we don't know if we're going to be able to get them. That is the main issue. So,
I feel like the next thing we should get is a weapon then.
Yeah, let's get a
for
weapon
the
then.
pistol.
Yeah.
Not
So-
the goddamn pistol.
There you go.
But
So-
why not?
To give you
I
to
feel
give
like
you
our
guys
best
an
bet-
idea, the island of Bolero sits between Excelsium and Hollingrad. So if you see
Bless
those little isles right there between Hollingrad and Excelsium, that's where it is.
Oh,
That's where that
Smaller
volcano
Archipelago?
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is that? What is
So-
that?
That's the Warhammer. And
Ah,
I think our best bet is either the Warhammer or the Monk's Wraps.
Yeah.
I agree, probably. So which one do we want to do?
Well, that involves either going into a kingdom of fire giants or talking to some monks of Cord. Which probably
The
easier
monk
to get.
sounds easier.
The Monk's
Exactly.
Wraps sound easy.
Yeah,
here's
let's
the
do
thing,
monk
though.
wraps then.
Here's the thing. Keep in mind where that is. It's going to take us 4 months to get there. To go to the
Not-
freaking volcano thing.
We still have.
We can't go because there's another place.
We
have
haven't
to
been there
travel.
before, but it depends on how close one of us has been before.
Hey,
Wait a second. What if we meet someone that knows that place? Then they can use the rocks, and we can go there instantly.
Lionel holds up the bag of magic rocks.
Yes, but don't you need to have been there for those tools?
We need someone to have been there before in order to teleport there.
Well, just so you
Exactly.
know, we can go anywhere that I have been so far. So we have a lot of options already.
So far, you've only been to Yimnan and Alaron.
Yeah, well, there you go. What the fuck?
Well,
Are there any in and or near Yemen and that one?
I think this is more like a history check, but would we know if those monks to Cord are a pilgrimage kind of sort, where we could find
Yeah,
out a
would
monk
Garu
who's been
know?
there before? Yeah.
I mean, as far as anything could go, yeah, go ahead and make a history. Who wants to do that?
Garu.
I'll give assistance.
Okay, good, because I have -1. Let's do this.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, why are you doing this?
Great.
All right. Well, this
Listen,
is in
monks,
specific to
it
monk
makes purpose.
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, so would that still -1 or?
Would be with a
Yeah, -1 with advantage. So
Okie
give it a
dokie.
go.
With advantage, that is going to be a 14.
It's gonna be a 14.
Yeah.
As far as most information goes, there are tons of temples of Cord. One that you are already familiar with in Al-Anon. It's really dependent on if you've been there or not, and to be quite honest, since it's not a scene memory, having to construct an idea without any visual knowledge is going to be impossible, and also you've
Blind.
never been there.
Blind ass motherfucker.
Wait a second. What if we go back home and ask? Oh wait, hold on. What if we go back home and ask the Temple of Cord there to help us? Someone there must have been to the temple, correct?
Possibly.
It's safe to assume.
That'll most likely be one of the masters there.
Not to mention, it's a righteous case to take down an evil god trying to come back.
So they
Exactly.
would most likely be more than willing to help us.
Hopefully. Not to mention, tell you what, let's go back home. Let's go to Parliamentary Plane. See how fucked we are with the time, and then we can decide where to go.
I feel like we should get some help from someone to at least alleviate it, and so that we're not gambling as to whether or not we're losing a year or 10 minutes.
Well, like I said, I can ask my guild, but that's probably going to be our best bet.
Yeah.
I
Also,
think we'll head back to
during
the
this
city then.
time, Isaac has
Oh, yeah,
sort
okay.
of kind of just been listening in.
What's up, Isaac?
You all want to go everywhere. Where am I going, though?
Well, I imagine back to the prime material plane with us at the very least. That's, I think, where you came from. So,
It's not, but it's the best we can offer.
Yeah.
yes.
Somewhere you can be a little safer.
have no home.
Well, there's no NPC daycare, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do about you.
We're going to just have to take.
First of all, that's
have to take
very
you back to the
rude,
city.
and second of all, I don't feel safe just being left alone.
Helena raises her eyebrows and she points back towards the general direction of the castle. Well, you saw what almost happened with us. It's not going to be much safer with us. The safest option would be to get you a place in the city.
A place where we kind of have dominion. Well, I meant
Go
in the
back to
material.
Aurario.
In Aurario, I meant, yeah.
Alright. In the meantime, if
course,
you
if you
guys
want to
want to
do
talk more
anything
about what has happened, I'm more than glad to.
I thought you said you couldn't remember anything.
I'm trying.
Well, if you still need time, you'll have Sanctuary back in Aurario. We can guarantee you that.
Let's get you somewhere safe and see if you can recollect something afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. And he
What is that?
Kind of
Do you know how
quiets
to go
down.
back? I don't know. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. You wouldn't be trapped here.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
let's head back to the city then.
Yeah.
Back to
Something you'd yell.
back to Helena's home.
Alright. You guys spend about the rest of the day making this your second day back home. As you re-enter the city, it has calmed down from the usual quiet hustle and bustle where you would see multiple individuals. However, it has now begun to thin out. You are now within the thoroughfare of the main Whispering Wing Guild. As you once again re-enter with the rest of your party, there are many people here who are currently going through the boards, talking with the main desk, and also, you know, the smell of alcohol and various other fine foods in the air.
Would I know of anybody in particular who would be the most likely to know what we're looking for?
That would be your headmaster.
Great! Second best person.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes.
Could I not just use the fucking rocks to teleport us back to Auraria?
Fortunately, it has to be on the same plane of existence.
Bleh. Okay.
Yeah, plane shift is a whole different spell.
What level is it?
7. Plane shift is a level 7.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Maybe it's in the book. You don't know. Do it.
Damn it! I can only go above 6 if I was using the book.
Yeah, no. Speaking of which, what spells are in that spell book?
I
what
believe
do you
I'm
have-
probably still reading it at this point.
Yeah. It becomes encoded after a certain bit. You'll find out more as you go on with the book.
I think having,
All right. So
having more time to sit down and actually read it would be better.
So you are aware of Dabella Norak, Raftmite Yallendale, and then of course you're the main headmaster of the Whispering Winds.
Alright. I'll find Rathmite.
Alright. As you begin to check through a lot of the main rooms, more specifically where a lot of the main leaders among the three, you do find a Rathmite. As you guys see Rathmite in, you see what is mainly a rather odd-looking individual. Of course, much like any other being here within the Fae, this is another Eladrin. This time, his eyes are slightly differently colored as they begin to kind of almost go through a chromoscape through each one, and they're never the same color on both eyes, but they seem to go around the color wheel as he does go on. His hair is slicked back and then tied into a small ponytail, and of course his armament is slightly better than Helena's, but very simple in design, with what looks like to be several bladed holsters that almost act like a bandolier going from his shoulders down to his waistline.
Actually, someone finished all the optional quests in Monster Hunter. Knock that rainbow palette.
Yeah, that muted rainbow palette.
Right. Begins to now look at you as the open door, and he sees, Helena. It's been quite
Rathmite
some
Valley.
time.
Indeed, it has. I was
Well.
wondering if you could help us with something.
I mean, I have a bit of paperwork. I suppose I can spare some time.
Yes, nobody wants to do paperwork. This is more exciting anyway.
Right.
We're trying to go back to the Prime Material Plane. Unfortunately, the king has refused me any help in getting back in a timely manner. I was wondering if you
That
knew-
bad, huh?
Uh-huh. Yes, unfortunately. We were wondering if you knew of any way to, or if anyone would be able to cancel that nasty little side effect.
None of the main archfays that I know personally that'll be able to do that. I mean, if you can risk seeing an Unseelie, I wouldn't recommend, as we're not exactly, on good terms. But either you find yourself through the pools to the south, or you have some way of traversing it through your own magic, but unfortunately there's Nobody that I nor any of the Whispering Winds would automatically be able to send you towards. And also on top of that, I wouldn't want to risk inciting the everlasting judgment of Oberon.
No. When his mouth flattens. No, I suppose not.
I'm sorry, dear. There's not much that I can do.
No. It was worth a try, though. Well, wish me luck. Let's pray that we have it.
Well then, I hope to see your safe return then. And he gives a slight bow in the courteous Whispering Winds way.
Yep, Helena bows back. She goes back to the party.
And he returns to his paperwork. The fun arts of paperwork.
How did it go?
Helena shakes her head.
So we really are up the creek, aren't we?
Pretty much.
Boy, I sure cannot wait for us to get there in 2 years and you receive a message from your boss going, "Where have you been?"
Yes, I'm. The thought has crossed my mind as well. But
Perhaps
really,
we can try and re-reason with them? Or, if not the king himself, maybe one of his officials or something of the sort? Someone who has slightly less power?
Well, the only
Well, I wasn't about to
only other person that could maybe be reasoned with would be his wife. But
It's worth a shot.
No, it is not. Going back in there would be suicide.
honestly, I could be banished for it.
Well, Lionel just closes the book. Being the one here who is all about being logical and making rational decisions, I say we just go forward with it. We have no other alternative and no other options.
That is true.
Sounds
And
like
us sitting here and being pissy about it won't help anything.
And we are losing time.
we are.
All because I have to do it doesn't mean I'm not going to be pissy about it.
Yes, I'm not very happy about it either. We can be grumpy about it together at the very least.
We will all go down that pool with a grumpy face.
Right.
Well, you should be a little bit hopeful.
Yeah,
Well, that's all we have. That's all we have at this point.
hope.
It is.
Alright. So,
Right.
So let's find these pools and get the fuck out of here then.
as you guys travel through the Sealy Kingdom, and you find yourselves traveling throughout the night, you hear the faint howls and screams just beyond the Unseelie Forest and the Everstorm, and the ever-waving grasslands of the Feywild as it, in its saturated colors. This is the first time that you guys get to see it without it being nothing but rain and thunder and lightning. You find yourselves staring at the pools.
It kind of takes one last look back towards the kingdom. Just kind of stays that way for a minute.
You okay there, Helena?
You know, I love my home. It really is a pity that I don't really like it, though. Well, shall we?
Everybody hold hands.
Yep. Helena holds out her hands to grab whoever.
Oh no! Lionel conjures rope and fucking makes it. And conjures rope and makes it wrap around everyone's waist.
Well,
Okay.
we need to take away the
Oh, we can still
friendliness
hold
here.
hands, my dude. But this is
Oh,
extra
yeah.
precaution.
Okay.
Yeah.
We hold hands anyway.
Yeah, we hold hands, man.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to attach myself to Helena's leg.
As you guys stare,
Here, River, touch my gangly possum hands.
as
No,
you
Candace
guys,
is carrying both the stunties like suitcases.
as you guys stare
And he just
into,
gets covered by the gigantic glove.
as you guys stare into the pool of water, what do you do?
Well, Elena's actually going to speak in Elvish, see if there's a Fae in there. Hello?
Nothing.
Well, I hope this works the same way.
See you guys in a couple of years.
Or a couple of minutes. And Helena's gonna jump in.
As you jump in,
We're tied together.
as you jump in,
Yep.
hands and head first, as you breach the water, and in about 6 inches in, your hands crumple onto what is wet earth, and you go face first into a puddle of water, and you crash in and pull everyone along in. And you guys have not left the Feywild.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Helena comes back up sputtering.
Did we make it?
You've got to be kidding me.
Lina was chewing on a frog.
Do we have to wait until a full moon here before we can use these pools again?
Oh no. Is it
There's no
is it
night here.
Wait.
what it,
What?
Does it have to be like a legitimate full moon, or can it just be like a false one? Is it?
As you are
Cheating the
aware,
system
the
might be a
le-
really bad idea.
as you are aware, the legends do tell that in order for the pools to be active, there has to be a full moon.
Yes.
Currently,
Well,
the
how
full
long
moon,
That's why we did it.
the full moon on the other side of this plane has probably gone and passed these past couple of days.
So we
that-
did. Do we just camp out here and wait for it to turn back on?
Like, whoa.
was it a full moon just for this particular pool, Yarrow?
The full moon is for the pools of a Y.
How did you come to the prime material plane then?
I came through the portals that led to Lycia Bay.
And where are those?
Yarrow?
They border they border between the main Unseelie Forest and the Seelie Kingdom. As you are aware, they have been opening and shutting, and any one of those portals can go pretty much anywhere if it's chosen wrong. As you are aware, you do have one tool on your person.
On what?
You do have
Oh man.
The stones.
no.
No.
You have the
The
one tool on
scroll.
your person that could possibly get you home directly where you want to be.
The scroll.
Yeah. Keep hitting this.
Oh, Helena looks crushed.
How long do full moons take on the prime material plane?
30 days.
Fuck you.
28 right now.
Helena pulls out the scroll.
Fucking hate this place.
Swears in Elven.
I understood that.
Oh no!
I know a new swear.
Wait,
He's learning more!
can you try your fake moon thing, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, you could. Do the pools actually know what is and is not a real full moon?
No.
I don't know.
So, as the rules apply, and as you know the legend, it has to be a full moon on the prime material plane in Yimnan.
Okay.
You just tried to pull a Vegeta on a pod.
Just throw a moon in the air. Turn into a giant werebaboon.
I mean, it's not Unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, giant egg transformation.
Yeah, the problem is it would only be affecting the full moon here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, do we know? Do we have any connections on the other side that could, I don't know, help? Is there a way to do that?
The Raven Queen appears. Hey guys, you wanna make a
No,
deal?
not her, not her.
Fucking stop following us.
Helena pulls out the mask that Siren gave her.
What?
Siren? Talking into it.
As you hold the
Turn into a
mask
mask.
and you speak into it, there's no response.
Helena puts it on.
As you
Siren?
put it on, it's a very odd-looking mask to the rest of you.
I think she lost it.
Nothing.
Helena takes it off.
Maybe the
She
reception's
angrily
bad
stuffs
here.
it back into her bag. Pulls out the scroll. This is our best.
No, wait. Before you do that, what about the stones?
We can't. It's not the same
can't.
material plane.
Okay, gotcha. What was the scroll for again?
It is
For
a
teleporting.
one-way ticket to you and a small group of individuals to go from one plane to another. But it has to be based off the Feywild. So if you're going from the Prime material, you'd be ending up in the Feywild. If you're going from the Feywild, you can go anywhere else.
You can go anywhere else.
You can go anywhere you want.
Anywhere else, anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
You can go
Anywhere
anywhere.
else.
You can go anywhere. As long as you have the image in your mind.
Damn it. What about the name of the place?
Does that count?
I mean... I'll make that an intelligence check of history. If
Let's go to
that would
Oricarni.
help.
You think of Oricarni. Oh, you go to Oricarni, the streets. Fuck you, map.
Helena's going to hand the scroll over to Lionel. Probably better equipped for this.
With my tiny spindly fingies, I take the paper.
Alright. It is a well tightened scroll with what looks like to be two golden rods that hold it on each end. And as you pull it open, you begin to see the magical scrawlings that are imbued upon this scroll.
All right. Oh, what?
Yeah, where are we going? If we
I was
can
about to
decide where
ask, like-
to.
I was gonna
Wait,
say,
where?
we can go anywhere now, so... With this, anyway.
Give me a destination, kids.
I believe Auraria would be our best bet then.
I thought we wanted to go to the monk thing.
Yeah, we
None of us have
know, like-
been there before.
So that's why we have to go home and talk to the monks there.
Well, that's why Yarrow said it would be an intelligence check to...
Yeah,
try
I would have to roll
get-
an intelligence check, but you guys have to give me a location.
Okay.
Do you want to just try to go straight for
Because even if this is a misplaced shot and we end up somewhere else, I got the rocks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if
But-
that's the case, Auraria would be the better bet then, since you wouldn't
Auraria.
miss.
Well, we're saying well, here's the thing, though. If we try to go straight for those monk wraps, at worst we would just slightly miss, and then just...
I just use a rock and we go another
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Like it's at least worth a shot.
It might save us time.
Let me take a look again. Monk wraps.
What are you guys doing?
It's a mountain capital of Voltenstan, a temple of Cord.
Of Wallenstein.
Yeah.
Wallenstein.
Yeah, so we're gonna attempt it. I'm going to attempt to envision going there.
Capital of Wallenstein. Okay.
History check.
Make a history check.
Whoo! Good thing I have that +7. 18.
18?
Yeah.
Yee.
Okay. So, as you pull open the scroll, as it begins to shimmer and break, you guys begin to hold each other close, hand in hand.
Candace is making sure to bring Isaac with us.
Yeah.
You see the scrawlings of what is on the scroll begin to burn away and actually drop down onto the ground as it hits the grass and the earth, and it begins to burn and glow and begin to separate wider and larger. The image of your mind, the street of the capital of Wallenstein, as all of you take a deep breath, you feel yourselves crush and disappear in a flash of light. I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
It's that fucking scene from SpongeBob where Plankton goes through a hole, stops, takes a sip of a drink, and then screams again.
24.
24? Okay.
15.
15? Okay.
18.
18? Okay.
With me, that is a 17.
Okay.
25.
25? Okay.
Gee, the druid and the cleric got the highest. Who would've thought?
Yeah.
Yeah.
18.
18? Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
everybody.
Okay, good to
Hey.
know.
Thank you, Sticky Dice.
Get stuck to the high numbers.
Yeah.
Can't believe Bracky's never going to wash those dice again.
So, as all of you feel the passing of space and time begin to blow past you guys in an ever violent speed, as all of you finally come to a full stop, as all of you find yourselves risen and air now beginning to fill your lungs once again, and you guys appear in the middle of a street where there are several people all standing back, confused and scared. And it is snowing.
Fuck!
And what season were we when we left?
What year is it? Where is it? I was frozen today.
Don't know.
Oh, I'm screaming. What year is it?
I mean, same year as it's always been.
You dumb motherfucker.
Can
What
we
year
have
is it?
specifics? Can we have
The
a
year,
number?
the year has not changed.
What is
about
the
the date?
date?
What's today's date?
As far as the Erdsian calendar, you guys are aware, 2 weeks have passed.
Yeah!
That's not as
Alright.
bad as I thought it
That's
would be.
not the worst.
Not the worst case scenario.
Not the best case, but it's not the worst case.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's not 7 months.
Yep.
So,
Hooray! I'm freezing!
Have fur. How are
Wait
you
a second, you have fur.
He holds up his spindly little fingers. These are touching bare air.
You have like
You
you have like
mittens.
6 mittens.
Oh, that's right.
You got a lot of tiny mittens.
I put all the
Yeah,
mittens
so-
on my on my hands, my feet, my tail, and my ears.
so,
Oh.
I am warm.
What about your nose mitten?
So, in the time that has been spent, I rolled a 16. You guys lucked
Oh
out.
my.
However, you guys also avoided one of the other
Months.
not great
Yeah.
benefits of traveling between the Feywild.
Memory loss.
Yep.
You can.
Oh.
Oh, that's
What?
right. I forgot
Really?
that. Oh, that's right. I wouldn't have been affected by that. So.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have been affected, but everyone else.
Great. That would have
Actually-
been great. The wizard. Who am I again?
No. What happened these past couple of days? I mean, weeks? I mean, what?
Hey, this
How
book
did I
kicks
get
ass.
How did I get this book? Who's this dude?
Radical.
Yeah.
Where'd this robot come from?
Yeah, we have a robot now.
We have a what?
Yeah. So I
So,
did I actually know about that particular side effect?
oh, that's right, Isaac.
Yeah, what about
Yeah,
it?
he needs to make a wisdom
Oh,
save.
fuck me. The man already has amnesia.
How much more
That
amnesia does he
is
have?
gonna be a 6.
Great.
Oh, no. How
So,
much does
as-
he lose?
As you guys appear, and as the dust settles and people are standing around scared, confused, and terrified that a group of 7 individuals and one of them being a 7-foot tall robot, as you all appear, this person begins to look around confused and even more terrified and is looking at all of you.
Hi, Isaac.
Do I know about the potential memory loss?
You are aware of it. Being,
Helena's just
being of the
gonna-
Fae.
Yeah, Helena's gonna kind of gently. She's going to look around at the group first. Does everybody remember what happened?
Yes.
Yes.
Meeting with the Fae and getting the book? Yes.
Yeah.
You see
Fantastic.
Isaac grab his knife.
Oh, what?
Isaac. Helena will calmly hold her hands up. Isaac.
How do you know who I
Remember
am?
who I am?
No?
I'm introduced.
Who are you?
I'm Helena. These are my companions: Canis, River, Franz, Lionel.
You are watching those little robot eyes begin to look around, much more terrified and scared.
We know what happened. I know this is going to be very hard to understand, but
Is there
We
any
met us
way to
in the
get rid of
Feywild.
this? Is this short-term memory loss, or is this gone?
you know what? There might be a way. Is there a way to... Do you have any, like, restorative spells at all?
I have lesser restoration.
Is Isaac going to let me touch him?
He looks terrified and untrusting of any of you.
So probably not.
Helena's just going to kind of gently... She's not going to touch, she's going to reach her hand out. We're here to help.
No.
Not going to hurt you. I promise.
Make a persuasion
know
check
you
with
don't.
disadvantage.
Hold on. Can Garo assist?
Oh.
She's the
The
only one
block.
talking to him.
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
It was a persuasion, right?
Mhm.
Persuade straight. 14.
As he is holding with what looks like to be the chef's knife in his hand, he begins to slowly back away and put it down. Where am I?
Can we explain the situation to him just for the sake of brevity?
Sure. He seems to be listening.
Okay, cool. We'll just recount every fucking thing that's happened up till now before we hold the knife at him.
For him to have another mental breakdown about, yeah, being a robot now.
Oh, and then Lionel will just be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, you did this twice!"
We might be able to get your memories back. Would you allow one of these gentlemen to help you? Not going to hurt you.
Slightly aware and still scared, he puts the knife away.
Cool.
Can also cast lesser restoration if that helps.
Thank you. I didn't have it ready.
I don't think you can prepare that yet.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Does restoration recover the memory loss, or is that just a spell slot I burned?
I don't remember if it was lesser or greater.
Let's see. Hitting effect. As you pull away, he seems still unmoved and still untrusting of any of you. It is a greater restoration.
I think we need one with a little more oomph.
Alright, well, Lionel's just gonna open up. Well, whether you trust us at this current juncture or not, we're the only ones who actually know how to assist you at this current point, so your best bet is to just stick around us until your memory returns. I'm not saying this to be hostile, I'm saying this to be logical. You're trapped in an unfamiliar place, and we know how to assist you, and we're willing to. Are you really going to throw that away?
By the way, I can cast guidance.
On yourself?
Yes, I cast guidance on myself, so if I have to roll anything, I have a +4 to
D4.
1d4, yes.
What any of you have told me so far is complete insanity.
Yes, I know, the Feywild is like that, but I can assure you it's the truth.
I mean, I have the book right here. Lionel holds up the fucking Starbound tome. It's literally in my possession. Why would I fake having it if it wasn't here?
Well, he doesn't remember us, so that probably wouldn't really mean...
But, I mean, we recall to him the accounts of what happened, and we're just like, this isn't real. Genius, the book's right here.
Now, if I recall correctly, the Feywild memory loss is just when you're in the Feywild, so she'll just say, you did tell us about when you woke up, and you were frightened. You woke up in a pod, and then you saw an opening, and you ran for it. You said you were a baker.
Yes, I am.
So, wife and child, I believe?
Yes.
You told us that.
Seems a little bit more trusting.
Question, Yarrow.
Yes.
If I touch him and Franz uses scrying, would that help kind of jog his memory a little bit, or is that just mostly just for myself of knowing about an individual?
It allows you to see from a far distance, being able to scry. So it's not so much as like trying to determine an individual that you are making contact with. It is determining what you can see of an individual from far, far, far away.
It's more like a long-distance security camera.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we're not obviously going to force you to come along if you don't want to, but... Well...
As this crowd of people who have been staring in, you've seen several individuals beginning to part way. You now see a man beginning to approach all of you.
Yeah, move along.
As one stands in front of all of you, he has emerald green hair and eyes with what looks like to be round spectacles, and his hair seems to fray out. He has a white shirt with what looks like to be the new fashion trend of ties, and as well as very nice slacks.
Oh, he's got a cool cravat. Hell yeah.
Do you say green hair?
This is quite an interesting view.
I have my shield up.
Don't fucking put that down.
Oh, wait, no, stand up.
Begins to...
And you might be.
Dr. Whittier Monty. One of the headmasters of the council.
The
A
what?
pleasure to meet you, sir.
And I take it you're here because a group of so-called adventurers just
Randomly
Appeared in the
appeared within the castle walls
Oh.
of Waldenstein.
Oh.
Is
Whoops.
that where we are? Well, good to know that that's
Would
cool.
you like us to go through customs?
Well, I am customs.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's better.
Convenient.
Oh.
Tell me, do you have protocol for people who were estrayed from the Feywild?
Technically, yes, but it'd be a very rare occasion, and I'm pretty sure some of the high courts would be very interested as to wondering why the Feywild would be sending not Fey people aside from you.
Helena does the little hand finger waggle. I had a job to do. I'm just returning.
Well,
We're
if all of
very
you
willing
would
to open up.
if all of you would be so kind as to come with me to my laboratory, I would hopefully be able to get you all squared away, and hopefully next time you don't do it so wildly without informing one of the headmasters.
Can I just insight this guy real quick, just to
Sure.
make sure? Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I'm right there with you.
Insight. That's a natural 19, so that's a 24.
He seems extremely interesting. He's a human being, about 5'6", short, but also very clean, well shaven. He seems very interested in Isaac, as he is keeping an eye on him. But he does come off as very official, and it seems like the very baseline clothing, aside from what looks like to be a crested piece that is on his front left side, doesn't seem to be lying.
Think we could do that? I don't see why not.
Very well, and keep within the group. It seems like many of the people that had informed me was somebody talking about some odd things. And as he begins to guide you all forward into the main city thoroughfare, you see with what looks like to be one singular building that has a copper tower as it begins to rise, and what looks like to be these high-walled gates. As you walk through, you find that the main front, patio area. Sorry, that's why we have water. Is like clean-cut granite stone, with what looks like to be a single shedded area. As you guys enter, you see there are what looks like to be collections of things, as well as looks like to be his modern experimentations. And in a secondary floor, as you all begin to find what looks like to be an office area, which is filled to the brim with books and other knowing technologies that are now beginning to bud, as well as what looks like to be the blueprints of one of the lightning trains. Seems like to be an original.
Oh. As we were going through the city, may I do a perception check to see if I see anything cord related?
Sure. Make a perception check.
Oh, fuck.
Are you already needing to use the halfling luck?
No, I don't need it. It's just an 8.
I mean, there were some very tall buildings a little bit closer towards the main mountainside, with what looks like to be the main castle there. So, as he begins to sit down, new job, new perks. So, names.
I assume we detach each other from the rope.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, we're just all still together, just like
Yeah. Well, I'll just tie
No,
together.
we are still in a buddy system.
I was extremely curious as to why, but very
Oh,
wow.
fine. I twirl my fingers and the rope disappears.
We were moving between
magic.
the planes. Why wouldn't we do this?
Yes, didn't want to lose out any of our party, so.
all right. Well, so names.
Helena's gonna elbow Canis.
Am I seriously going to have to give that name again?
Yes, you are. I mean, darling, you are, you, so.
Are you sure you don't want to change it? I was one of the throwaway jokes I put in that list.
Lionel Middle.
There we go.
Oh, you mean the name, but individual. Gotcha.
Yes, individuals, your names.
Canis Matilius.
Riverbomb Jaeger.
Garu Kali.
And he begins to write down everyone's name, and then he looks at your construct.
Isaac.
My name is Isaac Lumeria. Interesting. Very well. I will have this sent off for the night. As far as customs go, I would recommend staying out of trouble while you're within the city. So, what brings you to Alston?
We're seeking the Temple of Cord. Would you be willing to give us directions?
Yes, it is with the upper church ward, not too far from the kingdom. Stay a little bit closer towards the west end of the city, and you'll certainly find it.
Oh, excellent.
In being here, may I please recommend, especially to any house within Aurario, stay out of trouble. And he's looking at you, Canis.
What does he expect? I'm going to be the troublemaker.
Well, you got that kind of face.
Helena snorts.
Why is it always me they look at?
He's looking at you as he's probably expecting you to be the responsible one.
Oh.
No. Helena pinches his cheek and she goes, "See, this is why you need to smile more. You look like a troublemaker."
Slowly cranes his head towards her.
Helena bats her eyes and gives him a Cheshire Cat smile.
Why do I deal with you people?
We love you.
Because deep down you know you love us.
Oh man, that coming out of fraud was great.
God, I'm trying to be so serious.
Mix of flattery and confusion.
Anyway.
No, he just starts slowly smiling like Samurai Jack.
God.
Any which way. Now that you are forewarned, should you ever need to find yourselves once again within the city of Waldenstein, I would recommend at least contacting me first. We do not want another Eberron problem.
Oh, now?
Yes.
Problem?
Well, about several months ago, we had a bit of trouble with some drow who committed an act of terrorism and crashed the Eberron Express.
Oh dear.
Ah, that.
The train.
Exactly.
Yes.
Only recently did we manage to get a core of Arcanum in order to get in order to get it working again, and the unbelievable amount of time in order to fix it was frustrating, but still fixed nonetheless. So,
Could you repeat your name, sir?
I am Dr. Whittier Monty.
Can you write that down for us?
William Monty.
Dr.
William Monty.
Yeah.
Whittiermonty. Dr. Whittier Monty.
Tell me, Helena kind of keeps a straight face. Have you heard anything about the criminals?
Oh yes, they've long since been jailed and executed.
Oh, well, damn.
Any that escape?
No. I mean, as far as turmoils had gone, the last group of adventurers that rolled through here had managed to settle some personal debts with the Drow within the Underdark not too long ago. So, their anger is mildly quelled.
Let's see.
Well, we're not thinking of doing anything of that. We just want to go to the Temple of Court.
Yes.
At worst, sir, you might see a wizard's tower appear here and there throughout your town if we can't find an inn, but that is the worst case scenario.
Yeah, just
There
remain
are
a free
more
space.
than enough inns within this city. I don't recommend
not
putting
calling
anything. I don't recommend putting anything or doing any show of magic in the middle of the city, as long as you are here.
Worst case scenario, sir, we will find an inn.
Is magic heavily frowned upon here?
No, it's just
Not
dangerous.
at all.
And the last thing you want to
Why-
do is be thrown into a jail cell for a couple of nights, especially with your magic being drained from you.
Lionel just just frowns, just big sad face.
Aw.
No.
Sad boy.
No more magic.
His ears drop. No.
Oh. No.
Well, I guess
That's all I'm about.
I guess we'll take our leave.
Yeah, let's go find an inn.
Alright. As all of you
Wait.
give the final farewells, and he leads you out of his home, and you find yourselves within the main streets and the thoroughfare of the capital of Wallenstein.
Cadence, can you do me a favor? Maybe tonight.
What is it?
I need you to message my mom.
Oh, all right. I don't see why not.
Later tonight, when we know we're not in danger.
We're not using magic outside.
Yeah, it's not a visible thing. It's just I just need to be sure she's okay. It's been like 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, it's not a visible thing. It's just like the Aquaman mind beams.
Lionel's
Mind
still
beam.
sad. Lionel's still sad.
Oh.
So,
It's okay.
After,
you can still do your magic tricks back home.
after a bit of walking around, you guys do find an inn. It's very well kept. You see that there's a bit of heat and smoke rising and billowing from a fireplace. As you enter, it is nice and warm compared to the cold outside. And as you see, or as you look, you see what looks like to be a very simple tiefling woman attending the front desk and reading a book.
Is it morning or nighttime?
It is currently nighttime.
What is it? Nighttime, okay. Good evening.
Oh,
Oh,
hello. Are you looking for a room or two?
That we are.
yeah. How many people fit in a room?
For a group your size, I would recommend 2, 3 a room.
Sure.
How much will that run us for?
For both rooms, it'll be 10 gold a night.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, me neither. Spent it all.
Remembering we spent.
Lionel puts down 10 gold.
Thank
Yes. Yes, that shouldn't be a problem. Looks in his coin purse. 3.
10 fucking gold pieces
We,
for a night.
It's 5
By
gold
the
pieces
way-
a room a night.
Jesus
By the way,
Christ.
I don't suppose there's any like small jobs to do around here, like any bulletin boards, things like that.
I mean, you can try and visit the main guild hall in the Kingdom Thoroughfare, just north of here.
Do you have any fighting pits?
I'm sure there might be. I don't take time into that.
That's good to know.
Oh, thank you. We'll look into that.
I'm certain we can figure this out all tomorrow, but let us just get rest for the night.
Oh,
Yeah,
I agree.
it's been a long 2 days, weeks.
Wait, it's been 2 days?
It's been 2 weeks. Well, here anyway.
Well, if we had not those teleportation from Lady Elise, then we would still be in travel to Yemen.
Mm-hmm.
A net
So it
gain,
is
I
something.
suppose.
Yep, it is something.
These rooms better be fucking comfortable.
As you guys find yourselves, who's gonna be in what room?
I imagine the girls are gonna share.
Yeah.
And then everyone else stuff in the other room.
Yeah.
And the robot, I guess.
As Isaac does walk through, it seems to
Or in the
follow
corner.
you guys, much like any construct, and they're not too uncommon, but they're pretty surprising to see. It's,
They said they could fit 3 to a room.
3 to a room, yeah.
Well, I mean, either one of you lads can join us, or we can take
I-
Isaac.
I don't know about you. I just love picturing the idea of Canis, Franz, and Garu sharing a bed.
Yeah.
That's just funny to me.
Franz just over here like, you guys want to tell scary stories? I got one.
As you say that, you see the giant robot man stand up, walk out, and then enter your guys' room. And then
Stay strong,
sit
guys, I
down
believe in you, I
in
go
the
on the
chair.
Stay strong, guys. I believe in you. I go in the other room.
Small creatures we can feed for one person.
Yeah.
Why? You guys are my super best friends club anyway.
I throw
So-
a fucking candle at him and make it float in front of his face.
That's that for a
You know, it
scary
was-
story.
You know what was wonderful was that actually echoed through somebody's mic.
Oh god. The last thing we need is more noise complaints. Stop riling him up.
How scary are the stories?
I'll tell you, it's all about the chair that shouldn't move. It's my
It's about this little opossum lad that could make
The
everything
chair that
move
tried-
and should
the
never
chair-
move.
The
There is
chair that
a
tried to
large,
move
there
was-
is a large, oversized rat hunched on its hind legs around the corner of the inn, looking at you from a distance.
That seems terrible.
So, as one room is telling scary stories, River Helena, there's a giant robot now sitting in the chair of your room.
And then there's me taking up a whole bed.
All to himself.
All to myself!
He's so comfy.
Helena takes the other bed. Come along, River. I'm sure we can cozy up.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the robot's on the couch. The robot took the couch.
Yeah, it's just going to stare at us for a while.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
oh,
read
that
my
reminds me.
book.
We're in a winter area, right? It's a good thing we got our winter clothes.
Probably.
Yeah, we do have those, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, we
What
kept
do
that
you-
in the bag of holding, right?
what do you guys
Yes.
want to do for the end of the night?
Oh yeah, Canis! Message!
Ah, yes.
Before you
Just
before you
sending. throwing off ascending to their mom. Just they're okay. Hope they're doing well. All that shit.
I just hoping everything is okay there.
Mhm.
Because
Okay.
I don't want you to tell her any of this, but I just need to be sure after they found me out. Maybe they're really freaking. They're way closer than I anticipated. So just need to be sure.
Do you really want to worry her with that?
No. I'm saying this to you, not to say that to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need to know that she's okay. It's been 2 weeks.
I'm gonna read the book until I fall asleep in my bed.
Okay. So, as you send out the message, Canis, you get a response in the same pretext of, I am doing just fine. I'm a little busy at the moment, but thank you for letting me know.
All right, that it?
Yep.
She's fine.
Oh, thank you. Again, sorry for this. I just need to be sure. If I had it, I would do it myself. But I won't bother you anymore. You guys keep cuddling. Bye.
Garu
chair
using
moves. Chair
Garu's using
slightly.
Franz as a giant teddy bear.
Yeah!
As
In the
an
corner of
actual
Fonta's
bear.
eye, a chair slightly moves ajar.
You see him immediately pop and turn into a sloth.
Shrinks. All right.
Helena's gonna try to use her mask again to talk to Siren.
As you hold the mask and you begin to speak, you hear, I'm so sorry. I'm tired. Helena?
Siren? Have you gotten any rest at all?
Yes. I was actually just resting my eyes right now.
Sorry.
As
Things didn't go very well back home. I was wondering how things were here. Hopefully any better?
I've been doing more and more investigations. No updates as far as the current circumstances go, and I don't have really much information to tell. I'm sorry with what happened at home. I mean, I hate to be the one to say it, but I did tell you so.
Oh, I was sure you were right. I was just hoping you were wrong. But, well, same as it ever was. No worries. And I'm sorry we did have to use the scroll to get back.
We used to get there if that was my main intention, so using it to get back, I'm not too bothered by it.
Alright. Well, good news is there's certainly ways here that can get us back home, so. There's that anyway.
Well, good to know. Anyways, I think the time is beginning to catch up on me. I feel like I want to rest a bit more.
Yes, go back to sleep.
Alright.
Rest your eyes.
Speak to you soon, Elena, hopefully in person. And you feel the communication begin to quiet away, and you pull the mask back.
Well, good to know that works. Yes,
What were you doing
speaking to Siren.
with a mask?
Yes.
All right.
What? Magic.
What surprised me the most is you said that it's sleep. I thought you didn't sleep.
Well, Helena air quotes sleep. I suppose it's more like meditation. But
Ah, gotcha.
I mean,
surprise
we
me
do.
most of you.
We do still need rest, but sleep is just the easiest way to say it, so.
That's true. Was everything okay? It's just, are you feeling okay? It's just, it was we kind of made you go through a lot, huh?
Helena shrugs. You didn't make me go through anything. Really.
I feel like I kind of did.
No. Look, the king called for me. If anything, it was unavoidable, and we needed that book anyway. And, well, I did let the men Red escape, so Helena shrugs. What can you do, I suppose?
It's not
Now
your
that we're
fault.
outside of his realm, like Lionel's looking at his book, now that we're outside of the realm, bitch about how much of a man-child he is.
Helena smirks.
Yeah, come on, let it out.
Yes, he is very frustrating, yes.
No, come on. You know what you want to say. Come on,
Good
let
night.
it out, Helena.
Good night.
Oh, come on.
It was very stupid, I will say that much.
There you go. Then you just put a hand
Very
for the high
stupid,
five.
She-
very irresponsible, completely illogical.
Rolls over with
Lionel
the
holds
blanket
his
over,
arms
and
up
she
in the
holds
air.
up the one finger.
Lionel holds up his fucking fists in the air, just like, yeah.
That's what I wanted to hear.
All right.
Now I can rest in peace. Catatonics and goes to bed.
No, it freaks me out every time. Ugh.
Franz,
him snoring, by the
Garu,
way.
and Canis,
Oh,
what are
God.
you guys doing for the rest of the night?
Tell motherfucking scary stories. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whips out his book of Goosebumps.
All right. So as you guys tell scary stories till you sleep, the night passes. Lionel.
Hello?
You hear a train in the distance.
Oh no!
It's the Urban Express. It's back and running.
Yep.
There it is.
Its glory, it has returned.
Why am I on the tracks? Oh no!
Lionel.
Yeah.
After finally falling asleep, you feel cool and in this night you begin to see the ever-expanding space. As like all dreams, they often start in darkness and begin to light and speck across the sky within your vision. In a matter of moments, you see with what looks like to be a very young looking girl. Her hair probably reaches near her ankles, almost like the age of 10. Those green and ever reminiscent eyes that had seen you through time and space.
This is the girl I remember, yes.
Yep. This is the first time you've seen
I-
a full body of her.
I'd imagine she's just shifting her form to be more presentable. At least now, Lionel just turns and looks at her. Well, it's nice to actually see you a little bit to my size, I suppose. I don't know if this is good news to you, but we've obtained a book, the Star one.
As you speak out, no words begin to pass. As your vision begins to become broadened, you begin to see a small house and trees as she stands merely on the porch end of it. And almost like you hear a roaring fire as it begins to sweep through the right side of your ear, now begins to encumber your vision. You see with what looks like to be a large, nightmarish, almost pig bull creature begin to step out just beyond your vision and cross between you and her as it begins to stare you down.
Ah, a new player has entered the board. And who might you be?
You see from its nose, its nostrils begin to large, billowing clouds of steam and smoke.
Are you the metaphorical demon that I should be wary of in this scenario? As Lionel holds his hands out like he's ready to cast magic.
As a few moments pass, you see the little girl stand next to it, almost cool it with her touch, and it begins to back slowly away.
Lionel lowers his hands. I know not what you want of me, unless you speak to me. If we are on common terms, then I know where we stand. A single word would suffice.
She cracks
No
a
answer,
smile.
huh?
She cracks
Ooh.
a smile. Interesting.
Well, that's a start.
And as she says that, you see the fires now begin to engulf in not just red, but now turning into an evergreen blaze, now beginning to encumber your vision.
Oh god.
It doesn't burn to the touch, but as you finally catch your breath and you find yourself waking in this new morning, the howl of that creature begins to ring through your mind.
Oh god. Okay, well, do I recollect on what the fuck that thing could have possibly have been?
You have no idea. River.
Oh, good.
After your experience within the Feywild and the frustration that you have dealt with, you find yourself finally resting in place. However, you find yourself beginning the same dream of where you last left off. Almost like a darkened night, you stare what looks like to be the smoldering, burning ashes of the mansion you once knew as your home. And there, standing in front of it, your brother. Staring at you with his one green eye as it begins to pierce past through the ever expanse that is just the once well-known home, the hedges burned to ashes and the thinned bramble as it begins to encoil around your home.
Where the hell are you? Why did you have to leave?
I don't think you're ever going to get it. Even now as I rest.
What do you mean rest?
I am not heading home to Lowboundle just yet. I am making my way there, though.
By yourself?
Do you think I am unable?
I think it's their strength in numbers. Even I had to learn that.
You are focused on all the wrong things. I still have my mission.
And I do the same. We both want to take it back. But you decide to go by yourself if you're going to end up dying again.
You don't need me right now. And I am not going to just die.
But I do need you.
They need you. Not me.
You don't need me?
I need to make sure that you're prepared.
I felt like I was ready.
You're not.
I was.
And to be quite honest, I don't think you ever will be.
What is that supposed to mean?
You are afraid. And you've ran for so long, it is now nature, and you cannot go against your nature.
Well, I'm sorry. As far as I recall, I was ready to go fight them.
You were ready to fight for your life. You weren't ready to fight for your name. Our name. He begins to stare back and look at the smoldering building and what looks like to be almost like silhouettes and ghosts of once was your parents. You and your brother standing in front of your home.
You don't even remember us. Or do you?
I know what I'm told. And what I know is that you aren't ready. And when I am done, once I have driven the snake from our home, there will be nothing but ash. And you will have to rebuild from there on. Because when the day comes, I will be gone.
Well, this is going to be a race then.
That is the curse of the hammer.
What I mean is that I'm gonna have to get there before you.
He looks at you. Now turning back, you see that green eye beginning to pierce through the flowing red hair. You may certainly try.
I will.
And you hear a voice in the back of your head. Yes, you will certainly try.
Or you can just go fuck yourself.
You
Getting tired of
awaken,
that stupid voice.
you awaken to the new morning.
Good morning, sunshine.
Morning.
So, it is now the new day as you all begin to rise from your slumbers.
Did anyone in the Cool Kids Club have nightmares?
Good Kids Club.
Well, I'm pretty sure the sloth had a nightmare of a candle floating around the building, so...
That sounds terrifying.
Garo wakes up coughing off a ball of hair.
Cuddling a sloth.
Oh look, a fragment of primeval.
Oh, hey!
It was here all along.
It was within you the entire time. Some form of hidden potential.
River is going to spend a little bit of time looking at the shield with the crest of the red cardinal.
Elena is gonna kind of stretch a little bit. Everyone sleep well.
I had another dream.
Oh.
How did it go?
I saw remember the girl I told you about? The one made of stars?
Yeah.
She made herself more visible. Except she had company, a flaming boar of some kind. Though she had dominion over it. I asked her to at least speak to me once. I got a word out of her, but at least that's better than nothing. And then my vision faded.
What did she say?
Interesting. But
That's
that was
it?
to my plea. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that I'm able to speak to this creature at all, and with how much dominion she must have over the fact of my dreams and whatnot, starting somewhere is good. At least it's a start.
Yeah.
But there was also a porch she was standing on, like a very common house that was overtaken with flame. The flame didn't hurt. It was just there.
What was your plea?
To please communicate at least one word, and she responded.
Well then.
Slowly but surely an understanding is being made, then maybe more words can be spoken next time.
Yeah,
I wonder where the
hopefully.
boar comes from, though.
I don't know. I don't
I should-
recognize the monster, and I don't know what it rightly would be.
Please tell me please tell me it wasn't truffle setting flames.
Ooh.
Now that does sound like a nightmare.
Oh god, why are you here?
I would imagine we would have gotten him for the morning.
Yeah, we're meeting up for breakfast, getting some delicious pancakes and omelets.
Okay, gotcha. I was waiting for the scene where we kick out Lionel and the robot change.
Wait, why would you kick out Garu? It's not like it could see anything.
Exactly.
It's true.
I don't know, that's inconsistent. Sometimes he can.
He knows
alright.
where
Well,
he's
there was this
at,
one
and
time
he
that
knows how to get around a room, but he doesn't see.
Can I roll a fucking history check to at least be able to understand? God damn it.
That sounds terrible.
That's your disguise name from now on, Gary.
Gary.
Hell yeah.
Gary.
We need to disguise him. Just put on a fucking Groucho
Human.
Marx glasses. Yeah, like Human. We just put Groucho Marx glasses and a mustache on him and call him Gary.
Wait, he has the Groucho Marx. He has a Groucho Marx mask and a mustache.
Yes.
It's like the Google. It's like the novelty glasses.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, the novelty glasses with the big nose and the mustache.
Oh my god.
That's why we're gonna stack the mustache.
Where to even put that? How does that even
On
work?
his horns.
Yeah.
You'll find a way.
It's,
No,
it's
put it on
as,
his-
it's as
no,
terrifying
put it on
as a
his tail.
vision as Luzzy's drawing of giving Garu eyes.
I has
Ah,
the
yes.
photorealistic eyes.
Oh no.
So, I'd like to roll a history check to see if I can recollect at least like what the amalgam of the animal looked like.
Sure.
Please tell me it wasn't Truffles.
Oh shit! With an 18,
Oh.
that's gonna be a fucking 26.
26?
I'm sorry, 27. 27.
I mean,
You know,
there is no creature to knowledge that is reminiscent of that. It's kind of almost like built like truffles, only not really. This
If you could match
boorish,
two animals together, what would it be?
almost like Ganon.
so fuck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's just this boar creature that was engulfed in flame. But again, the girl had dominion over it. The moment she put her hand on it, it calmed its temper and moved to the side.
I hope
And-
that's a good thing.
And Truffles is it was Ursa's companion. And
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, I see.
It's a big boar, adorable, love apples.
Didn't remind me of that.
Munch,
This
munch,
creature
munch.
this creature that I saw had weird features to it, something not natural. It was not nature in its way. It was an amalgam of something, and what that is, I have no idea.
It's almost, it was boar-like but demonic in design.
Ugh.
So it
Okay,
had
well,
almost
yeah.
demon horns, but still very boarish snout and rather thickly built.
An infernal boar would be the best way to put it.
Oh fuck. Well, I am going to try to calm down from that mental picture and have a well-instant breakfast. Might as well see what they have.
Can
So-
we even afford a breakfast?
Can we afford breakfast?
I don't even
It's
know.
complimentary per day.
Fantastic.
Oh, good.
Hey.
All you can
So-
eat buffet? No. Okay.
No, it is a set breakfast for the day. As far as you could tell, the breakfast seems relatively simplified. It is a thick slice of ham, 2 huge frickin' eggs, what looks like to be several cooked but small potatoes, as they seem to be a bit of a medley, as well as with what looks like to be these small cake-like things. They seem blackened and also have some squish to them. They're kind of like what would be known as a Irish pie. I'm trying to remember.
Get one now before they're all gone, says Lionel, as she's fucking fiending them down.
Okay, but where is the cereal?
Where's my Fruit Loops?
I don't know. For
You
Come on, my
fucking...
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Garu is literally that asshole that we go out to dinner in a diner and he fucking orders chicken nuggets.
Absolutely.
You are that jerk off who gets fucking chicken fingers and fries while everyone else is having something nice like steak.
Hell yeah.
Where
do
are
like
my
chicken strips.
Cheerios?
Chicken. Yep.
Oh man, what are the bucket
No,
of
Lucky
chicken
Charms.
wings? If they have eggs,
Oh
they have
god,
that,
it's half chalk.
Yeah.
What about Frosted Flakes?
if they have eggs this huge, I can imagine the chicken.
I mean, they're like ostrich eggs, man.
Oh,
They're cost effective.
Holy shit!
It's
That's a
cost
powerful
Those are
chicken.
fucking huge.
Well, they're not like a single egg. They're scrambled eggs, but
Oh.
it's like a lot of scrambled eggs.
As a guy who has a fucking emu egg sitting back in his fucking home in New York, they're pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
the fuck-
why
It's
do you
more
have an
cost
emu egg?
effective for one than having to
Buddy-
collectively
buddy,
go
I
out
went
and
to
get too
Africa and
many.
he gave me the egg.
I want a
Oh,
bucket of
shit,
ostrich.
nice.
Bucket of ostrich. No.
Want a bucket of ostrich? You want this bucket
But,
of
okay.
chicken?
So,
I-
are we thinking of going to the court thing?
I would imagine so.
And at some point, we should probably try to get some money.
Yeah, we're a little short on that too.
Well,
I
I had
see.
money to spare.
I have enough. I have enough to get us one more night. That's how much cash I have.
If we have,
I
I don't even
have.
have enough for that.
Can someone help count this for me? And he pours out all the money.
How much
much
does
is
he
that?
have?
191 gold.
you piece of shit.
We're fine.
Alright, well, we're fine for now, but at some point still. That's still not going to last us forever.
Yeah,
That's what I mean to get it home and. Just give me a few rounds in the fighting pits. I'll make it all back.
Well, no, you are not going to the fighting pits yet. The thing we need to worry about is getting those hand wraps, and
Yeah.
that
Of course.
means you, I, and someone else who feels like they're up for some diplomacy should go. Considering I actually have an artifact that we're looking for, and the thing that we're going to try and plead with them to get.
I'll end up points at
Oh, man.
Canis. He's probably the most diplomatic one, considering he is a diplomat.
only if that requires a little like few people to get in. If we all can get in there,
Yeah.
still.
I don't see why we can't all go. Might as well try.
I say more the merrier, but whatever you feel is best.
Well, afterwards, my only other plan is to see what the magic shop is around here, or at least see what magic this town has to offer.
No, hopefully they have something.
Okay.
I feel like I could learn something greater, but I just wasn't able to get it while we were in the Feywild. But maybe here. Maybe here. Chair moves.
Stop that.
It's specifically Franz's chair. He just slides
Yep.
out.
He will turn himself into a bat and just hang upside down the ceiling just to stay out of that chair.
He pulls a
I
fire
think I
axe
could-
out of his beard and hacks apart the chair.
Friends, get back here.
Be gone, demon!
This is too easy and too much fun.
Oh.
So, what do you
We were
guys
trying to
decide
catch
to
the
do?
bats.
I guess we're gonna go to the Temple of Kor.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yay.
So,
got directions.
after getting
Where be Isaac?
Yeah, we'll
Isaac,
be Isaac.
Isaac has kind of just been following you guys.
Okay.
At a certain point, after causing a lot of noise, he turns to the innkeeper and apologizes profusely
On our behalf.
on your behalf.
Forgive
Oh,
my
man.
companions. I don't know who they are, but they're very noisy, and I apologize for it.
Alright, well, here's the thing. He can either go fuck off on his own, or he can stay here at the inn. We will pick him up later. Like, basically, he's like, hey, alright, con rules. Go wherever the fuck you want, but at 8 o'clock, be back at the inn.
I suppose I could just stay here for the time being.
If you
And
feel that
as
is
the innkeeper kind of looks over, I mean, if you want to leave him with me, I wouldn't mind having an extra hand to help clean up the place. I might even give you
Does
a
he get paid
room
for
for
it?
the night.
It takes up. Hey, that's room for the night. Fuck
How's
yeah.
the room for the night? Well, are you all right with that, Isaac?
I don't see why not.
Cool. Then we have an accord.
Alright. So you guys leave Isaac behind with the innkeeper. After adhering to the best of the instructions, you guys find yourself within the church ward here in Killicksmire. And you see, it's much like how it is in Arari, only this is far more condensed. You do see the several different temples and cathedrals. You do see one with what looks like to be iron gates, and this symbol that, as it is imprinted upon it, is very reminiscent to Cord. As you begin to pass through, see several individuals who are donned in red and yellow colors, who are currently working simultaneously in order to perfect the craft of the art of war.
Greetings. May we have a minute of your time, please?
You see, as one of the instructors who pauses and turns to you, is a very human man, buff to beyond all extremes, just perfectly cut. As much like in the same design as yours, however, only the sides are exposed, while the center half, as it begins to kind of crest down, and then the red, long, and very free-flowing pants.
So he's got like a gi.
Yep. As he begins to look at all of you. And what brings breakables to this temple of iron?
Breakable? So what's that mean?
I think he means he could probably snap your spine, dear.
I want to see that try.
I step on River's foot.
Breakable.
We see. Yes, of course. They don't really have healthy bones. Trust me. Anyways,
Speak for yourself.
we want to seek an audience with your master. We have some pretty pressing issues.
You seem very interested in your presence here. However, you are... Who?
Oh, of course. Our names. Well, I am Garu Kali, and these are my companions.
And I,
We are the Dynamic Entry Incorporated.
Ah, damn it.
What?
I
name?
regret putting that name on the list.
But it's a
Oh,
cool
just-
name.
It is a cool name. I agree.
Seems like democracy is winning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't.
Well, that's
Well-
because you're a party pooper.
The Grandmaster is currently meditating.
Ah, that's understandable. And when would be a good time then?
I'm not particular into divulging such information to strangers, especially
Also
one
under-
who comes from another church. As he begins to stare down Canis.
Oh, well, I assure you. I assure you, we bear no ill will. In fact, we're allies. If there's anything we can do to make you more trustworthy, then please.
For the time being, the Grandmaster is in meditation. If you wish to speak to him, You will have to wait until he relieves his duty.
Well, then you seem very.
Go ahead.
So you seem very keen on talking to us. Then maybe you can help us with the situation. We're looking for hand wraps.
Begins to
Very
nod.
specific ones.
Begins to nod left to right. I'm not particular to such information. I am merely an instructor of the breaking.
Insight.
Go ahead.
An
Yeah,
instructor
I was-
what?
He wants to inside that too, because that seems a bit too sketchy.
He's saying it's just a teacher here.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
saying
but
he's just a teacher here, but he looked
Yeah, but-
left and right.
I wanted
I'm
the
like-
name. Instructor
He
of
was
the what?
nodding left and right, like, no.
Oh, so shaking his head. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, with a insight of +3, I got a 16.
16. As far as you can tell, the stoic, well-cut instructor, as he looks towards the breaking, he is looking at this several individuals who are performing various acts of the most battle-hardened training that you've seen. Even though these weapons seem false, they look like they are hurting each other in order to perfect their craft.
What does he need? A test of strength? I don't know.
No, we need someone who knows what we're talking about, unfortunately. I'm not saying this in disrespect to you, sir, but we need someone in this temple. We have very good word to know that someone here could assist us with what we're looking for. If it is not you, then I understand, but we do need to find that someone.
Looking at all of you, he looks back to Garu. Kali, correct?
Ah, yes.
I will introduce you to one of the high palms here.
Sick. That would be incredible. Thank you.
A moment, if you will. He turns
Take your
and
time.
he begins to walk
Take your
back
time.
towards the main temple.
We call it the J.O. hand.
Thank
Master
you.
of the palm.
Your input is
He's
very
retrieving the
important
J.O.
today.
crystal.
And the halfling loses 15 HP, and 11...
No, I was about to say, breakables, you mean the crackheads. That was used to be the name before. And the breakers were the crackers.
Jesus.
Yarrow, save us.
Sorry.
As about 20 to 30 minutes pass and you guys are still staring at all these fighters and monks and people just constantly training their bodies, you finally see through the doors with what looks like to be a dwarven man, as he is extremely well cut, much like anybody else here. Just jacked. As he approaches all of you, he is pristine and very calm and centered. His eyes seem to have almost disappeared. He's looking at all of you. I am the High Palm. here within this temple. I am aware that a member of Kali has entered.
Yes, that would be me. And he steps forward and does a bow.
He returns. As I am aware, every now and again one will pilgrimage their way here.
Here, specifically?
Never so rarely. There are many Kalis that walk this ever so enduring planet.
So you're aware of our customs, yes?
Aye.
That's good to know. But anyways, we have more pressing issues. I do believe you are aware of the Raps, yes?
He looks at everyone within the courtyard and he raises his hand and everyone stops. And he waves and suddenly you see everyone begin to leave the main courtyard area.
Oh shit.
And you see the giant iron doors begin to close. Now that we have some privacy, how do you know about the defender?
I take it just for the sake of brevity, we like fill him in on the situation of like the snake god and like the
Yeah, bring him in about Zahir and the Raven Queen and all that bullshit.
Lionel will produce the book as well and just going, we're looking for pieces of it. We have one right here.
Mm-hmm.
The Raps are considered an honored piece at one point. The reason why we try to keep it as silent as possible is to those who have knowledge of it outside or knowledge of it who should not know can lead to unfathomable danger.
Of course.
We do have the Raps. However, I am afraid we cannot immediately give them to you.
I see. Then would there be anything that would be willing to do in exchange for them?
It's not a matter of whether or not we can exchange them. They are ancient relics, and they must be protected.
I see. Then perhaps you may propose a trial?
Against Sue.
If I may, sir, I do believe this is a fine way to show that if it is well enough time for them to be used or to be defended, and if this trial proves anything, that my ally here might be well worth wielding rather than defending.
I suppose you are correct. If you wish to acquire these Raps, it will have to be a trial by iron.
By iron, you say? May you elaborate?
Beneath this temple is where we keep the relics. And they are protected. If you wish to acquire them, Yourself and your chosen allies must risk yourselves in order to take them. Should you return to them here above the main temple, I will consider it proven that they are within good hands.
How many allies may he bring with him?
As many as he will need.
I see. Very well then. Is there a specific time we should do this, or can we come back later?
We don't have time.
Preferably soon, if not now.
Let's get in there. We can do this.
If you wish to commence the trial, we will have you sent down, and you will face your trial.
Well, I'm certainly ready. What about the rest of you? And he turns to the party.
Well
Oh,
rested and
nice.
ready to kick ass.
Nowhere to go but forward.
Let's do it.
Very well. I will confirm with the headmaster, and then we will send you below.
Very well then. We shall wait as long as possible.
He bows to you by thunderous speed
returns
of
it.
cord. And then he leads all of you into the main temple. The doors open, you hear the silence, and the heavy footfalls that echo within it. You can see out of the corner of your eye younglings, probably new to this home, or have been born through this.
King Garo notices it all?
I'm pretty sure throughout the echoes of the chambers, you might be able to hear it.
He's gonna give a faint smile. This reminds me of home.
How young were you when you started?
When I was born. The master did say I was born from an egg left on the doorstep, so I started as early as possible.
He came out of the egg punching people.
Well, I mean, how
I'm gonna spin my arms around like this, and if you get hit, it's your own fault.
You think they kicked the baby? That would explain a lot.
As you guys enter with what looks like to be a small chamber here, as you all stand within the center, allow me to confirm. And he enters a second chamber. As you all stand here, a few moments pass. You notice that this room has high walls with what looks like to be a singular crest in the center, where all of you are standing on top of. There are 4 separate door sets. After a few moments, you see all 4 door sets open, and several individuals hooded in red step out and close the doors behind them. Monk of Kali and friends, you will be sent down into the vault. Here, either you will break or be broken. You agree to these terms?
Yes.
Yes.
Very well.
Understood.
Let's go.
I do.
Very well. And all four of them, in perfect synchronicity, pass a hand. And the crest that you all stand on lowers an inch, and you feel and hear the rumble as it begins to lower all of you with what looks like to be a dark and opened chamber. So you all begin to lower and lower and lower and lower. 60, 70, 80, 100 feet. You finally hit concrete.
Wait, is concrete a thing here?
I mean, it's just rock.
It's yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cast light. I'm gonna activate my my artificer ability and cast light on my mittens.
As your glow fingery mittens begin to enlighten the immediate area.
Jazz hands.
Put them in Zangaro's horns.
I thought you said not to touch them.
Well,
I mean,
if you're very gentle.
I mean, I don't even have to put the mitts on him. I literally could just touch his horns and make them the light focus.
I think they-
Oh, really? Hey.
Yes.
Thanks, yeah.
As you guys begin to look out and stare, you see almost like this open chamber with what looks like to be a door at one end. You see as the walls climb long and high, in front of that door, you see two statues about 20, 30 feet high.
What do these statues entail?
One looks like it carries a giant iron sword, and the other a giant iron axe.
Oh no, what if it's Agni and Rudra?
Please no.
Stupid statues. Those are not monk weapons. That's.
Well, it was tried by iron.
I actually got curious.
As you hear the voices begin to echo, "May the trial begin."
Oh
And
God.
you see as the walls now begin to alight with torches as they rise up towards near the ceiling, and you see these two statues made of pure iron. The eyes begin to alight under these helms, and you see the brick and cobblestone begin to shake and shudder. There is dust being plumed from each side. You see the first statue as it begins to extend its leg out, and it drops forward, and it hits the ground with a roaring boom. The other one, while lit, stays motionless.
Man, I really wish I knew heat metal.
I do.
I am Superman.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, I wish I knew stone to flesh.
Oh boy.
Boy, I wish I knew where the off switch is.
Are they coming at us aggressively?
It now stares at all of you. You see a shield raised and the blade tapping the shield now.
It's a combat trial. Very well.
And that is unfortunately
No.
where we're gonna have to end tonight's episode.
Oh no!
I'm casting Witch Bolt at 5th level.
Yeah.
Big lights at 5th level.
So, I'm sorry,
Gotta
guys.
have
I mean, we got like, if this is gonna be the next one for the next like 2 weeks, and everyone's gonna be inside from the coronavirus, then we might as well, maybe.
I mean, I still have like basically another hour to kill before work.
I mean, if we end here, it's no skin off my back.
I could go
Like I
either way.
Yeah, I can go either way.
Do we have enough time for it?
No, unfortunately.
I don't. I think he said no. So
yeah, we're not gonna have
Because
enough
this
time.
thing is probably a giant hit point sink.
Maybe get a couple of rounds in. Nah, it's fine.
Watch out! I'm going.
As much as I really want to, I had custom 3D printed iron golems ready for this fight.
Guys, we should have gone somewhere else.
Yeah,
And never come here.
I'm going to.
I was
rub
slightly
my little
hopeful
feet
for
on the-
Hollingrad, but unfortunately not tonight.
I'm gonna rub my little feet on the floor, and I'm gonna charge up static electricity.
Here, use this.
Cue
And he just hands him
roundabout.
the gun.
So,
It's not a freaking 3-hour fight. Ugh.
A 3-hour fight that ends with it running away.
Oh.
so,
We'll be fine.
with that being said,
So Connor wants to join next.
yeah.
Whole episode fighting.
Oh no.
So,
Is he going to be
so
here
with that being said, thank you guys so much for stopping by as always, and do be safe out there. I know with a lot happening with coronavirus and the pandemic and the way that people are as of recent, but just know, stay safe. We all love you. I will hopefully update everyone on my move. And hey, if things go relatively well, I might be able to set up a little bit earlier. We'll have to see. I might be an extremely tired mess after the move, but we will see what will happen. So that being said, thank you guys once again, and thank my players once again. And we'll be back very soon, and I love you all. Thank you all so much. As always, see you next Sunday.
Goodbye.